Okay, so YouTube just dropped a wave of updates that aren't just about making videos look prettier. They're making a calculated play for three massive markets simultaneously. They are going after the living room, literally the biggest screen in your house. They are going after podcasters and Spotify's entire business model. And they're giving advertisers and marketers a completely new way to think about how to reach people where they actually spend their time. And look, if you're a marketer, a creator, or someone running a brand on any platform, you need to understand what YouTube's really doing here. Because these changes are going to shake up how advertising works, where budget gets allocated, and what the podcast industry could look like in the next 12 months. Let's start with the big picture, your living room. Okay, first, let's talk about what YouTube is really doing with their TV push because this is way bigger than just making thumbnails look sharper. YouTube has rolled out this suite of TV focused features to grab space in your living room. They have increased thumbnail file sizes from 2 MB to 50 MB, which means 4K thumbnails that look incredible on big screens. They are using AI to automatically upscale older videos from standard definition to HD with plans to go all the way to 4K. They've added immersive channel previews and better search functionality. They've also added contextual search. It will show a person searching from within a creator's channel that particular creator's videos first. This makes sure that you don't get lost in YouTube's massive catalog anymore. And you will be able to scan a QR code to shop directly from your TV screen. According to Google, 45% more YouTube channels are now earning six figures or more just from TV viewership alone. Just from TV. Not total revenue. Just the living room screen. Obviously, they have been tracking this for a while. They saw the data and realized that the living room has become their fastest growing viewing surface. It was also reported that people aren't watching YouTube on mobile the way they used to. They're pulling it up on the big screen. Earlier this year, YouTube had announced that they had 1 billion monthly active podcast viewers. We are talking about people in their living rooms, on their couches, choosing YouTube for long form content instead of traditional TV. They also say that 400 million hours of podcast content got consumed on living room TVs last year. Just podcasts. This shows a trend of shift in user behavior which blurs the lines between watching TV and listening to podcasts. The data is now influencing, rather making it apparent for YouTube to position itself as the dominant player in the connected TV or CTV advertising market. For those of you who are not sure about what CTV is, it's simply delivering video via smart TVs, streaming devices, or gaming consoles. And this market is exploding. It is driving around half of the programmatic video spending. According to eMarketer, global CTV ad spending is around $40 billion to $45 billion right now. And it's going to grow about 12% in the next 3 years. Most likely, that's budget shifting from linear TV and traditional advertising into programmatic CTV. Why? Because CTV offers something traditional TV never could: precision targeting combined with lean back viewing. What that means for marketers is that with programmatic CTV, they can target a household based on demographics, interests, purchase behavior, and geolocation. They get the targeting data for digital advertising with the immersive, premium feeling of TV. And unlike linear TV, you can measure everything in real time. You can see who watched, for how long, whether they converted or whether they made a purchase. So, YouTube's TV features aren't just about better thumbnails, they're about positioning YouTube as the primary platform for this shift. Being the biggest online streaming platform, they understand that the future of TV advertising isn't to make ads look like TV ads. It's about making the content so engaging that people don't think about ads. YouTube is building infrastructure for programmatic advertising. They will help you reach households at scale on the biggest screen they own and with precision targeting and real time measurement. Also, they're bringing their PMAX framework directly to CTV. You define your conversion goal and budget. The AI does the rest, testing different placements, creatives, audiences, and continuously shifting budget towards what's working. Now extend that to CTV. You're not manually placing your ads on YouTube's TV placements anymore. You're setting your campaign objectives, and YouTube's AI is automatically optimizing everything else across the entire connected TV ecosystem using YouTube's first party data about viewer behavior, search history, and watch patterns. This is massive for advertisers because it removes friction. But it also represents a fundamental shift in how TV advertising will work. TV used to be premium, opaque, and unmeasurable to a very good degree. With YouTube's approach, it's becoming automated, transparent, and data driven. And don't forget about AI Max. Announced few months ago, AI Max is Google's newest campaign type built for broader conversational search intent, the way people actually search now. Specifically for CTV, AI Max can run across multiple Google channels, including YouTube, Display, Discover, and Gmail. And AI will test creative variations across these platforms, including desktop, mobile, CTV, and everything else simultaneously. It will learn which placements drive the highest quality conversions and it continuously rebalances the budget. Obviously, it is powerful because it is backed by YouTube's first party data. As far as we look into the future, no other platform can come close to the scale offered by YouTube and Google. Netflix knows who watches their content, but Netflix doesn't have YouTube's search data or cross device tracking. Hulu has that capability, but Hulu's parent company Disney is still figuring out how to integrate it across their sprawling media empire. This combination of first party data, AI infrastructure, and logged in audience converges on one platform. When you're running PMAX or AI Max campaigns, that convergence is worth billions of dollars because it enables targeting precision at scale that traditional TV advertising never achieved. This is going to reshape the entire CTV ad space. The era of guessing whether your TV ads work is ending. YouTube is making sure of it. Now, let's look at the measurement part a bit deeper. Traditional TV ads could never show whether they are working for brands or not. Traditional TV measurement was based on Nielsen ratings, broad estimates of who might be watching. You'd get a report weeks later telling you that your ad reached X number of households in a certain demographic. Maybe, possibly, who knows? When CTV arrived at the scene, it promised better measurement. But it didn't turn out that way exactly. Different platforms have different metrics. Attribution is complicated, and CTV ad exposure to actual business outcomes has become the dream outcome. Still, advertisers are happy that CTV does throw up data to determine effectiveness of ads, whether for brand awareness or performance marketing. YouTube's advantage here is that they have been a digital platform from day one. They have robust conversion tracking, attribution models, and integration with Google Analytics. When someone sees an ad on YouTube TV and then visits your website, you can track that journey. But the bigger play is how this connects to PMAX. Because PMAX uses data driven attribution across all channels. It can optimize for the most incremental touch points that actually drive conversions. So, if YouTube TV ads are great at introducing people to your brand, but shopping ads on search are what closes the sale, PMAX learns that pattern and allocates budget accordingly. Showing ROI has been one of the biggest challenges of CTV, and YouTube is removing that uncertainty. Now, let's talk about YouTube's strong focus on the podcasting space. Their new set of AI features could fundamentally change the podcasting landscape and put serious pressure on Spotify and other platforms. According to Edison Research, YouTube is the number one podcast listening platform, capturing 31% of weekly podcast listeners, way ahead of Spotify and Apple. And another research shows that 44% of new podcast audiences begin listening on YouTube. What this means is that YouTube isn't just a video platform that happens to have some podcasts. It's now the primary discovery and consumption platform for podcast content. And they're doubling down with two new major AI features specifically for podcasters. They're launching AI powered highlight clipping for video podcasts. The system automatically identifies the best moments from a live stream or long form video and turns them into shareable shots. This is huge for discovery because Shorts is YouTube's TikTok competitor and it's a massive traffic driver. The second one that should worry Spotify and will be available next year is audio first podcasters will be able to generate video clips from their audio transcripts using Google's VO AI technology. Upload your audio file and the AI creates 30 to 60-second video clips with visuals that you can use as shorts or incorporate into long form videos. This is fantastic news for audio podcasters like myself who lack video experience and prefer to avoid dealing with cameras but still recognize that video is where the audience is headed. Spotify made a huge push into video podcasts last year and told investors in July that consumption of video podcasts was growing 20 times faster than audio alone. They've been trying to convince podcasters to add video because that's where engagement is the highest. The challenge that Spotify has is that they are an audio first platform trying to become video first. YouTube, on the other hand, already has all the infrastructure that provides video hosting, discovery, recommendation algos, monetization tools, and analytics. Moreover, YouTube's monetization model for creators is significantly more lucrative than Spotify's. YouTube shares around 55% of ad revenue, give or take, with creators. Spotify's model is more complicated and generally less favorable, especially for smaller creators. Then, YouTube is also testing an AI music host feature. It's their answer to Spotify's AI DJ. It adds AI generated commentary between songs, sharing stories and trivia about the music. This is part of their broader strategy to challenge Spotify not just on podcasts, but on music streaming as well. While Spotify's mega deals with creators like Joe Rogan and Alex Cooper bought them exclusive content, sustainability of such deals is questionable with changes in podcasting landscape. For the vast majority of creators, YouTube is the better platform. Let's zoom in on YouTube Studio for a minute because the updates here are a glimpse into how content creation is evolving. YouTube Studio is where creators manage their channels, check analytics, and optimize their content. And YouTube has just added an AI chatbot called Ask Studio that can answer questions about your channel in plain, simple English. It can answer questions like why did this video perform better than my last one? Or what are people saying about my editing? The AI can analyze your entire channel history, identify patterns, and give you strategic recommendations. This is measurement plus strategy all in one conversational interface. They've also expanded the inspiration tab with AI generated video ideas based on audience behavior. It suggests topics you might not have thought of and explains why each idea could work for your specific audience. The A B testing feature now lets you test three different titles and thumbnails instead of just two, so you can be more experimental without sacrificing performance. And the auto dubbing feature with lip syncing is really cool. Your video automatically gets translated into 20 languages, and soon the lips will actually match the dubbed audio. For marketers thinking about international expansion, this is massive. Create content once, YouTube handles localization in a way that looks natural. What's really happening here is that YouTube is using AI to democratize expertise. AI can now be your strategist, data analyst, and localization team. And all of that is baked right into the platform. Zooming out of YouTube Studio and everything else we talked about, what does this all mean for marketing and media? The CTV market is becoming the primary battleground for advertising dollars. Linear TV's share is expected to decline with streaming taking over. But within streaming, it's not just Netflix and Disney Plus competing. It's YouTube, which is free, ad supported, and has more content than any other platform. What this means is that advertisers need to treat CTV and specifically YouTube on TV screens as a priority channel, not an experimental add on. The audience is there, the targeting capabilities are there, the measurement is there, and there will be performance data to show how it is working. Programmatic advertising is eating the world, running, adjusting, and seeing the results of campaigns right now on phones, TVs, and everything else. That's the minimum requirement right now. If you're still buying media the old way, negotiating fixed placements months in advance, you are at a massive disadvantage. PMAX is Google's bet on fully automated AI driven media buying. These new features also blur the line between TV advertising and digital advertising. YouTube isn't a digital platform that happens to be on TV. It's not a TV network that happens to be online. It's both. And the future belongs to platforms that can seamlessly bridge both worlds. For marketers, this means your media strategy needs to be device agnostic and audience first. You need to have the ability to reach specific people with specific messages at specific moments wherever they are. Google is making AI driven content creation a baseline. It will drop the barriers to entry, reduce production costs, and make distribution easier. These features will make AI as a huge amplifier for brands and creators. And of course, the podcasting space is changing very fast. YouTube's emergence as the dominant podcast platform, combined with their AI tools for video creation, is fundamentally changing the economics for creators. For marketers and brands, this means podcast advertising is no longer just about audio. It's about video podcasts, short clips, multiple format content that lives across platforms. It's already happening, and YouTube is increasingly becoming the platform where all of that comes together. YouTube's big move into TV isn't just about prettier interfaces and animated like buttons. It's a strategic play to capture the living room, leverage programmatic advertising, and use AI to make creators more successful. They're betting that the future of TV isn't cable networks or streaming services. It's a hybrid world where user generated content, professional content, live events, and on demand viewing all coexist on the same platform. And they are allowing brands to target with the precision of digital advertising and measured with the rigor of performance marketing. For marketers, CTV advertising, especially on YouTube, needs to be a core part of strategy. For podcasters and content creators, YouTube remains to be the go-to platform that offers the best combination of reach, monetization, and AI powered tools to scale content. The living room is the new prime time, and YouTube is betting everything to own it. Thanks for joining in. I'd love to hear your thoughts whether you would consider moving budget to CTV. Have you tried PMAX for YouTube campaigns yet? What is your view on the podcasting shift? Let me know. Make sure you follow the podcast. I'll talk to you in the next one.